While most fruity, artificial flavoring tastes pretty close to the real thing, one rogue flavor stands out from the rest, specifically because of how wrong it tastes. Despite being a popular flavor for soft drinks and candies, grape soft drinks and candies don't seem to taste anything like an actual grape. So how did we wind up with that purple, punchy flavor? Well, today, we're answering the age-old question, what the hell is grape flavoring? But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to the Weird History Food channel. After that, leave us a comment and let us know what other food-related topics you would like to hear about. All right, grape lovers, time to move on down the vine. Artificial flavors, or substances used to mimic the natural taste of other ingredients, have been in favor since the dawn of civilization. Ancient Egyptians, the great trendsetters of human history, were perhaps the first to experiment with an archaic version of artificial flavoring. By extracting essential oils from various herbs and vegetation, the Egyptians were pioneers in aroma and taste. And with their ability to utilize the essences of sources like cinnamon, marjoram, and cumin, these ancient flavorings soon spread from culture to culture. During the 11th century, a Persian philosopher and medical doctor named Avicenna began conducting experiments with essential oil extraction. Eventually, Avicenna's investigation led the brilliant mind to alcohol distillation, and from there it was discovered that by steaming plant matter, one could extract the essential oils more efficiently. Once the steam condensed back to its liquid state, the extraction was more purified than in previous practices. Because the philosopher simplified essential oil extractions, new flavors and scents were readily available. This process of steaming and distilling essential oils was said to have dominated the various food and aroma industries for centuries thereafter. In fact, it was not until 1851 that another truly revolutionary development in artificial flavoring was unveiled. The Great Exhibition of London in 1851 was the original World's Fair, a week-long festival showcasing the talents and developments of cultures across the globe, and was held at the Crystal Palace in Hyde Park. With much to see and marvel at, many curious patrons of the Great Exhibition wandered to a portion of the fair that was devoted to chemistry. Here, fairgoers were treated to samples of candies with remarkable flavor. Although there were certainly fruit-flavored goodies available prior to the Great Exhibition, this marked the first time such treats had been artificially flavored with chemical compounds cultivated in labs rather than fruits from the garden. Today, you might get laughed out of Harris Teeter for asking whether real fruit has ever come anywhere near a bag of Skittles. But back then, fruit flavoring was pretty novel. In 1858, just a few years after the Great Exhibition, Theodore Nicholas Gobley was able to chemically isolate the organic compound which makes vanilla taste so, well, vanilla-y. By extracting a flavor compound from the original ingredient itself, Gobley sparked a major change for the world of flavor. Within a short period of time, vanilla flavoring was fully synthesized and was readily available to customers all around the world. These early flavoring processes came into place during the boom of organic chemistry. Because the industrial age supplied scientists with a wide range of carbon-rich matter, new findings were abundant. Perhaps an unintended side effect to those experiments, scientists could not help but notice the wide variety of aromas. From rotting apples to pungent pineapple, chemists soon began toying with those aromatic byproducts. An entirely new industry of flavorists was born. Always up on the latest pharmaceuticals, druggists then started opening soda fountains in their drugstores. With their knowledge of chemistry and literal drug mixing, the pharmacist would concoct an array of chemicals in soda water for thirsty and adventurous customers. These early soft drink chemists would occasionally attempt to take on fruit, but more often than not, counter-service concoctions used extractions like sarsaparilla, bark, and dandelion because the past was a dark time. With mixes like phosphoric acid and mineral water, these sodas rarely resembled modern fruity beverages. But by the early 1900s, one fruit-flavored pop soon came to dominate the soda shops. In the world of fruity sodas, one flavor stands above the rest. Like the grandfather of fruit sodas, orange-flavored soft drinks have been around since the early years of fizzy pops and arguably paved the way for grape soda. Originally created in 1906, Orange Crush is widely known as the first orange soda. Originally a regional product with origins in Chicago, the beverage got its real first taste of success with a little California love. Blessed by the talents of West Coast chemist Neil Ward, Orange Crush began adding genuine orange pulp to their chemically enhanced beverage. And with this new recipe, Orange Crush began a short-lived reign as Citrus King. Eventually owned by the Keurig Dr. Pepper conglomerate in Frisco, Texas, Orange Crush is distributed by the Pepsi Bottling Group in the United States. There have been many different brands of orange soda throughout the years, and even more claims as to which citrus drink truly ranks highest in sales. And while Crush, Slice, Sunkist, and Orangina certainly stand out from the racks, there is one orange soda that might just have taken over the globe. Orange-flavored Fanta, one of several fizzy offerings from the European soft drink company, is a worldwide favorite with disturbing origins. Founded in Germany by a former foreign chief of the Coca-Cola Company, Fanta has since become a major contributor to soda sales outside the States and is now owned and distributed by the Coca-Cola Company. In the light of soda successes like Orange Crush, many new brands began experimenting with soda products. And in 1914, Louisiana-based entrepreneurs J. Grossman's Sons decided to create their own fruity flavor. In New Orleans, where J. Grossman's Sons conducted much of their business, the most popular soda shop drink of the day was undoubtedly Grapeade, a sweet, juice, and sparkling water-based concoction prepared and sold by druggists. But because Grapeade drinks had to be handmade by licensed professionals, grape-thirsty citizens had to refer to cookbooks and fresh produce to get their purple kicks. Seeing an opportunity for business, the Louisiana businessmen began producing Grape-A-Co, the first artificially flavored grape soda. And within no time, this fizzy, sort of grape-flavored beverage was being guzzled all across the American South. Although some claimed there was trace ingredients of actual grape, the majority of Grape-A-Co's flavor came from a chemical compound, one you would never guess, let alone want to drink. But more on that in a minute. But before the public knew what exactly they were drinking, several new grape soda companies sprouted up along the American South. Famously, Grapette was first produced by a small-town Arkansas man named Tyndall Fuchs. Fuchs's humble batch of berry-bursting bubbles was a massive regional success and was eventually purchased by then Arkansas local Walmart. Pushed by what would become the biggest superstore corporation in the country, Grapette initially reigned as the #1 grape soda. But with success comes competition, and Orange Titans came calling in no time. Grape soda OGs like Grape-A-Co and Grapette eventually lost their hold on the market to Fanta Grape, Grape Crush, and juice-based specialty brands like Spectre. And much like the citrus chart toppers, it can be hard to pin down exactly who gets the most bucks from their grape soda punch. But it seems Sunkist's take on grape soda reigns supreme, at least among stateside soda aficionados. But no matter what brand of purple soda you're sipping, one question eventually comes to mind. Does this even taste like grape? In the earliest days of artificial flavoring, the essence of grape was achieved by 1800s chemists. By isolating a specific compound from orange blossom extracts, scientists noticed a grape-like odor. Capitalizing on this new discovery, perfumers used this chemical to produce colognes and grape-scented perfumes. During events like the World's Fair, these scents became so popular that they soon began using them to create early versions of grape soda. The chemical compound used to achieve this grapish effect is a substance called methylanthranilate, which naturally occurs in petroleum. That's right, one of the strangest effects of the emerging coal industry was the cheap, easy production of petroleum byproducts. And grape flavoring just so happened to be one of those byproducts. So wait, who figured out it tasted good? However, it's not as strange as it may seem. Although methylanthranilate does occur most frequently in harsh materials, it also occurs naturally, in actual grapes. By mimicking the once popular American Concord grape, this chemical is able to reproduce a flavor sensation like the ghosts of vineyards past. In other words, every grape soda you've ever had was meant to taste like Concord grapes. Before you go off thinking grapes are the only fruits with bizarre flavoring origins, even artificial orange is derived from a similar compound. Octoacetate, a chemical sometimes found in paper pulp, more frequently occurs in, you guessed it, good old petroleum. In the 1950s, grape soda was at its peak. Grapette alone was produced by hundreds of bottlers in almost every state in North America. These days, however, you're more likely to find grape-flavored products at the bottom of any list. Though still highly popular in regional areas, especially the southern states, grape soda has fallen to the wayside of other fruit flavors like the mighty orange. But even orange-flavored brands are far behind old-fashioned Coca-Cola. Part of this waving support most surely lies in our changing views on artificial flavoring at large. Throughout the history of synthetic extracts and aromatic essences, officials and watchdog groups have had to rein things in. Gone are the days when a pharmacist could be seen dumping chemicals into soda water like a mad scientist to make you a fruity treat. So too are the days when soda companies were able to use cheap coal byproducts to flavor their drinks. That's probably a good thing. Nowadays, there's a greater concern over what exactly it is we are ingesting, and so fake flavors are often seen as expressly unhealthy. But with artificial flavors under such high scrutiny, the unapologetically chemically enhanced Mountain Dew and artificially colored colas have remained relatively unscathed. And although there has been a rise in organic or naturally produced fruit sodas, brands like Olipop and Poppy don't scratch the same grape-ish itch. It turns out that soda drinkers much prefer the suggestion of grape to the real thing. Now, if only we could figure out what the hell is in blue raspberry. So, what do you think? Are you a fan of grape soda? Let us know in the comments below, and while you're at it, check out some of these other weird history food videos.